If you have been injured in an accident, timing is everything, and not all attorneys are created equal. That's why we are excited to have our friend and personal injury attorney, Lloyd Baker, here with us today to talk about just that. Lloyd, thank you so much for being here.
It's good to be here.
Absolutely. Well, we love chatting with you because this is kind of a tricky subject. It's a hard thing to deal with when you've been in an accident and you don't feel great. And then you have to deal with the insurance companies and all of that. So tell us a little bit about if someone is in an accident, how long they have to file a claim.
So there's a statute of limitations with all accidents. So it's a 2-year in Arizona.
Okay.
But if it's against the government, any government entities, it's 6 months. So you got to make sure that it's a notice of claim that you have to file before you can file an actual case. So be aware of that. If it's if it happens and somebody else is responsible, that's a government entity. That's quick.
Yeah,
so
and that's a very
most people don't know about it.
A vastly different timeline.
Right,
yeah,
2 years
absolutely.
versus 6 months. So very important. Make sure you call your attorney quick. And there's just so many pitfalls that you can avoid by doing that. And that's part of it.
What would some of those be?
So collecting evidence, the witnesses.
Gotcha.
Evidence disappears quick.
Oh yeah.
And so we can get accident scene investigators out there looking at the who did what. Get cameras because sometimes there's a 7-Eleven or somewhere somebody that has a dash cam that we need to preserve. So the sooner the better on those kinds of things. And so it's super important and obviously to get better and get to a doctor and
absolutely,
all those kinds of things,
yeah.
right? So,
timing is imperative, and just making sure you take care of that as quickly as possible.
Absolutely,
so, I want to make sure you say this absolutely correctly. So, is your insurance claim worth more than the adjuster is possibly telling you? So, this is also a tricky question. So, kind of walk me through how that could happen, and then what the cases could be.
So I worked for an big insurance company for several years before I became an attorney, and they're always told to save the insurance company money, right? So they're always going to lowball you. And when the powers that be, the big boys, when you're sitting in a meeting, they're basically pretty much all the people in management are over here very conservative, and then all the actual adjusters are over here, oh, I think it's worth more money.
Yeah.
And so we have to bridge that gap, right?
Gotcha.
And that's what the attorneys are for, to make sure that they pay and they pay well.
Good.
So, I mean, what's fair? And that's the problem that, they're trying to save money. We're trying to get the client the maximize amount of money. So
as a client, is there a way that you can go to your adjuster and just ask for them to look at it again? Or like, how do you know if they are lowballing? And lowballing is maybe a word we don't want to use, but how do you know? And how do you go about asking them to look at it again?
You need experience. And so the attorneys know. That's why you get a good attorney.
That's why they get you.
It's just 3.5 times more money they get when they get an attorney. So that's actually a study that they've done, and sometimes just from actual facts, it's a lot more than that we've had.
That leads us right into the next question, which is, we talked about this in the opener, that not all attorneys are created equal, obviously.
No, they're not.
And that is something right there, the experience, the know-how. You were saying that you've worked with insurance company in a big insurance company. You know this stuff. What are other things that make attorneys different, that people should look for when they have this situation?
Number one, will they go to court? Because going to court is like having a sledgehammer over their heads. It forces them to do the right thing. And so a lot of times we do have to file cases. And to get the maximized value out of a case. So that's a key one.
Okay.
Obviously, an attorney that has empathy. I was in an accident when I was 16. Got broadsided by a car that ran a stop sign. I was on my motorcycle. So I understand it, and it's a like you said, very frustrating. People don't know what to do. They got to get better. They got to go to a doctor. How am I going to pay for this? Now I can't work. What do I? All those kinds of issues come up, and so you need somebody that's caring and has done it before, and they can take good care of you. I mean, we have a team of they very empathetic and very caring about winning for our clients, and so those are the big issues. Are you going to file a case? And when you file a case, you get the maximized value. And so it's just a matter of getting one that's aggressive, not aggressive verbally,
not in a bad way,
but aggressive, that you know, is going to fight for you.
I love that. I love that. That empathy, that experience, those are the really important things. So Lloyd, tell everybody where they can find more information about you so they can work with you.
BakerWins.com.
I love it. Nice and easy. BakerWins.com. Go chat with Lloyd, and he'll take care of you. All right. Well, thank you so much for that.
Thank
I feel like I'm more experienced now, and I would be prepared if ever I had to face that.
You will.
Thanks, Lloyd.